Guess what? I gotta stop real quick and thank all of you new subscribers that have been taking some time to connect with this message, right? It's at a deeper level, right? And especially if you are connected with this message, my heart goes out to you. Stay on this path. If you've been connected with a message, keep going, right? Stay locked in. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day of life. Just saw a little bunny rabbit running around. There he is. Look at him. He's hiding right there. Look at him. He's so cute. I love being in nature, you guys. I love being in nature. I love being outside, close to nature. And check this out. If you take the time to get yourself out in nature, I guarantee you, right? Your stress is going to reduce. Right, that inner peace, you're gonna be able to feel it. You feel it. You feel it. Hearing the bird song, getting some fresh air, doing some breathing, getting some sunlight. And yet, today's message, what I wanted to talk about, stay tuned, is this question. Are you a builder or are you a destroyer? Uh-oh, it's about to get deep. Are you a builder or are you a destroyer? There's two types, right? That's it. You're either building something. I would like to have you be building on your dreams. They won't build themselves. If you just stick in your dreams, guess what? They're just dreams. But when you have those visions and you take action on them, inspired action, aligned action, guess what? Things start to move in your direction. It's not smooth always, because you're definitely going to experience resistance. And it's going to take you expanding your concept of self, who you see yourself as. See, if you got to take that inventory kind of every day, right? You say, okay, who am I today? It's got to be like almost an uncomfortable honesty, right? You got to be really honest with yourself, which, you know, if you're lacking some self-confidence, that level of honesty can really hurt. It can be painful. And then it can shut you down versus expand you out. But here's the thing, you cannot move forward in life until you have an honest assessment of where you're at. Looking at your strengths, looking at your weaknesses, understanding your patterns, your habits, especially at the emotional level. That's the most important piece, is understanding your emotional, habitual patterns of life, right? What happens, and it's like we do have patterns, right? This is why, does it sound like a broken record? Yes, because so many people are living a life as a broken record. But when I say it starts in the mind, it does. Everything is in the mind. Your thoughts are your reality. If you have 60,000 thoughts a day, they say 90% of the thoughts you have today are repeats of yesterday. And most of the thoughts from yesterday that are also going to be the thoughts of today are usually not your thoughts. We did this exercise recently, and we'll do it today, which is to actually sit there with intention and figure out your true voice. Your true voice is when you are basically in command and in control of your mind. I call that self-mastery. Command and control over your mind. Most times, you're just going about, and what you perceive as thinking it's not your true self, it's your lower self, that inner critic. All filled with what? Doubt, worry, lack, scarcity, guilt, shame, anger, injustice, rage, regret. Sound about right? Unworthiness, that's a huge one. To be worthy, to receive your divine gift, right? It's like to just be in reception, right? There's a lot of people, and I always speak from first person experience. In my own story, I'm someone that I have a big heart. I'm a very generous man. So generous that I'm willing to give all of me in hopes that someone will give me a little bit of them. Does that relate to any of you? Right, you're giving, and man, if someone just gives you a little bit of that loving, a little bit of that affection, a little bit of nurturing, right? It's like, oh man, it's just like a glass of ice cold lemonade on a 110-degree day out in a dry, vast desert, right? It's just so refreshing because, that's been your belief. It's based on unworthiness, that you have to work hard to receive, that you're unworthy. So what you need to do is you got to be a giver, a give. And here's what happens is when you're constantly focused on giving all that you got, you run out of things to give. And that's what puts a lot of people down mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, because you've been giving, and you're operating on fumes. And yet, when it comes to be a builder, it's like you do need to build yourself up each and every day. I haven't talked about my 5 daily foundations to keep my energetic cup either full to overflowing versus letting it run on empty, right? Number 1 is I mind my mornings. Number 2 is I eat my health. Number 3 is I move my body. Number 4 is I learn something new every day. And number 5 is I make a difference. I'm going to repeat those with maybe a little more in depth. The foundations of my day to make sure that I'm not running on empty, that I'm not just burning it on both ends, that I am energetically above half full. Minding my mornings. My morning practice is non-negotiable. Waking up, positive affirmations, right? Journaling, breath work, time in nature, some earthing, grounding, some sun gazing, a cold shower, just everything that I need to reset, refresh, replenish, and fucking lock in for this day. Because who knows what comes, but no matter what comes, I'm gonna be this same guy, true and authentic, no matter what comes. It couldn't be any more of a blue sky day. But if by the end of the day, it's freaking raining cats and dogs and the shit's hitting the fan in my life, I could do this video, right? In that scenario, and it would probably come across about the same. Some of you would be saying, man, how are you you're always so positive. It's like, you get to choose. So again, foundations for every day. Number 1 is mindful mornings, right? I mind my mornings. Number 2 is I eat my nutrition. Garbage in, garbage out. Superfood in, Superman, Superwoman comes out. What you are putting in your body is who you are showing up as. And if you lack energy, some of that has to do with your mind, but it also has to do with what are you putting in. So the nutrition is above moving my body. So it's above my physical activity. Because the food, right? How do you move outdoors in nature if you don't have fuel. It's just like your vehicle. If you don't put gas in your car, it ain't going nowhere. But some of you take better care of your car than you do your body. Because if you were to put oil in your fuel tank, how much driving you gonna be doing? None. And the whole system's fucked. But yet, guess what? We're doing that. Even literally, oil in your body is no good, no bueno. Another conversation for another day. Nutrition comes over exercise. But exercise is number 3. Being active, being mobile, moving, resistance training, hitting the weights. You ain't got to be a power lifter, but I guarantee you, if you desire to not be immobilized at the later ages of life, the stages of life, thinking you're going to live forever, you know that's not true. But yet you have 100% responsibility over your life, whether you want to accept that or not. That's a huge bridge to cross for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people that from the outside have come into your life and have caused you a lot of emotional pain, have fucked you over, have done bad things. And if you're still holding on to that, you also have power to let that go, which would also benefit you. And that is a part of the process that I coach and I work with people, is to release. This is forgiveness. Forgiveness is releasing the blockages that you're carrying inside of you that have caused you pain. They're totally valid. But yet I believe for you to cross over from the lower self into the higher self, it's a spiral, you have to be willing to let go. Let go. Let go and be free. Let them be free energetically, and you get to be free as well. Right? Number 4 is learn something new every day. It's having a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset, not thinking you know it all. I thought I knew it all when I was probably about 17 years old. I didn't know shit. That motherfucker had zero clue of what life was going to truly teach him. And still to this day, I have a curiosity. I subscribe to what I consider to be a lifelong learner, right? Every day willing to open myself and try new things. I'm about to jump into that in the Sedona Vortex this weekend, right? Signing up, making investments in myself, traveling, right? Putting myself in environments with other people that are also doing this work. And yet, I'm doing my best to lead by example. I'm always listening to books. I said listening to books because I drive a lot. I drive, and it's just, rural northern New Mexico, you got to be willing to drive a lot to move around here. And I do a lot of road trips. So I listen to a lot of books, consuming information, but I'm not just a consumer. I let it digest and then I apply it to my life. And that's one of the things I've been challenging so many of you with which is right now, 1% Better Everyday Journal. If you're wanting to break some of your old habits and really start to lock in to taking responsibility for your life, developing some new healthy habits, and it starts in the morning with a positive mindset. If you've ever thought about journaling, everyone's talking about journaling. And a lot of people are just like, I know by default we think, man, that's like that diary shit for little girls. Well, I know that I used to have a bias like that, but it's not. And what's cool about the 1% Better Journal, it's like unlike anything else on this planet. It makes the process of just writing down your thoughts, right, very fun and easy. It's easy and it's fun. It's literally like doing worksheets from junior high, elementary. All you got to do is just fill in the blanks, and in and of itself, you're not staring at a blank page, which if you're just trying to get started with a new habit, it's usually best to have some kind of a system that can guide you through it until you develop the skills to go off to the races on your own. So if you're interested, right now is the time to jump on the 1% Better Everyday Journal. If it's something you've been thinking about, do yourself a favor and pull the trigger right now. If you're hearing this message, until May 1st, it is on sale. It's the deepest discount, $85 for the 1% Journal, the pen, the sticker. And packed into that, what you get is you get guidance from me. I've recorded, I don't even know, probably 20 plus hours worth of video, support, lessons, teachings, that take you from self-sabotage to self-mastery, so you have a better understanding of this process. But are you going to take action on that? Or are you going to just keep consuming, right? I believe, my soul, your soul, we made an agreement to work together. To work with me. Get yourself a 1% Better Everyday Journal. If you're looking for something that's more guided, but you're not sure about doing one-on-one coaching, one-on-one coaching is a major investment, right? If that's not for you, then the Breath of Life Healing Circle, right, is another opportunity to learn something new, to show up, to try something new, to be like, okay, cool. This guy seems like he knows what he's fucking talking about. And it's not that I know. I believe what I'm saying is true. And the reason why I believe it's true is because I am filtering everything that I manifest, everything that I create through the lens of the experience that got me the results through my healing, spiritual awakening journey. And if you're connecting with this, it's like, until you take action, you're just, again, all you're doing is, you're doing the same old pattern that you've been used to. I used to be a huge sports fanatic. When I'm watching sports, I'm not playing sports. This is not that type of content, especially for all of you in the back of the room. Those of you that are like, don't really interact, don't like the message, don't comment, but you're listening, and I appreciate it. But it's time for you to step up and to be seen, to take that courageous step, to make an investment in yourself, which absolutely supports me and the channel. And it's like, that's a beautiful exchange, because these resources will absolutely guaranteed get you some results. Some. I put that in an emphasis. Why is it some results? Because results are going to vary. What you put in is what you get out. If you half-ass these things, you're going to get a half-ass result. If you go all in, holy shit, you ain't the same person in 91 days. Things start to shift really quick when you say, I'm in, I'm going, it's game time, let's go. So that's number 4. The 5th is to go and make a difference. And that's a beautiful thing. A lot of people start with number 5. You skip working on your mind, you skip eating healthy, you skip exercise, you skip learning new things. You think taking care of others, right, doing kindness and giving of yourself, right, is somehow taking care of yourself, and it's not. And that is why that is the 5th and final thing to do, because when you set yourself up in alignment, which is the first 4, the mind, the nutrition, the exercise, and the learning, now you are full and even overflowing energetically. So whatever you do from that space is so pure, so blissful, and it comes back to you tenfold, because you're operating from a place of unconditional love. Love for yourself first, and then saying, hey, how can I step up and help other people? That's what's got me on here, right? That's what has me on here. And I have a history of being a volunteer. Military would be the first and probably the deepest. I did some volunteering in soup kitchens and homeless shelters as a youth. However, I continued to be a part of a disaster response organization called Team Rubicon. And that's some of the hardest, most dangerous work I've ever done. And I don't get paid to do that. I go out to disasters, fire, flood, hurricane, tornado, all over the country to help people out. And I used to do that from a place of scarcity. I used to do it saying, oh, look at me, look at me. And guess what I was doing? I was avoiding a big ass mess in my own backyard, which was really in my own house. And I had to actually sideline that, because I realized that I wasn't operating from this place of abundance, going and doing that, and that I needed to get my house in order, my life in order, so that when I do go out there, I know that it's because I have the time, my shit's taken care of, and it's something that I really, really love to do. But making a difference in this world, lending a hand in this world, is such, I mean, it's the best medicine that you could offer yourself and to humanity. And I say this, anything you heal in yourself, you are then perfectly qualified to help heal that in somebody else. And that is why this mission, this message is so important. I'm not just here talking, I'm trying to inspire you, encourage you, challenge you to start taking some actionable steps. And right now, we're still in spring, it's time to spring into action. Join me on this mission. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, are you someone that's building or are you someone that's destroying? A builder, guess what? Puts in work every single day. That's where I find myself now. I'm building my life. I'm building my dreams, right? I'm building myself up from the inside out. I used to be a destroyer because I was willing to just be stagnant, apathetic, right? Self-defeated, self-destructive. And guess what? I had to hit rock bottom to break myself of those patterns. And yet, you do have the power. You have the power to destroy and you have the power to build, right? If you're someone that's in demolition mode of your life right now, it's probably because there's something so deep inside of you that's saying, everything that's here is false, but I don't know how to break the pattern, so I'm gonna just keep fucking banging away at it, right? Subconsciously, that's the piece that you're fucking with. That's what has so many people confused, is because you're doing things subconsciously that you think you're doing conscientiously, but you're not. And that's what got my attention. I was like, man, I can remember just being the observer where I would be in like a conflict, an argument with someone I cared about and loved. And it's like, you know, next thing you know, I'm punching the wall or doing dumb shit that's regrettable, like just being angry and frustrated. And it's like, I could remember not being me doing that, but being like, I was watching it like if it was like watching a fucking movie and I had no control over how the movie played out. And if you can relate to that at any level, it's painful because I have to take responsibility for those moments when I behaved less than my best in a unconscientious way. I had like, it was me taking full responsibility of that and saying, how the fuck am I going to fix this? And that's what's led me here. Because when I hit my rock bottom, I knew that alcohol was probably my biggest vice. I knew getting sober wasn't going to solve my life's problems, but definitely keeping it in my life wasn't going to help me to fix them. So I had to kick that to the side. I then needed to ask for some help. And along that journey, I tried just about everything I could because what I wanted more than anything was to be able to trust myself. I never wanted to watch a movie that was my real life where I didn't have control, right? Where things were happening and I felt helpless and powerless. I was like, I need to trust myself. I need to know that I am the master of this entire body, inside out, every single cell. And I'm here to tell you that as hard as that sounds like it would be for you to do, it's not. Because I have figured it out. And if you would like to start to get out of your head and get into your body, the number one way to do that is through breath work. And I am getting ready, right? We're just about a week and a half away from the first session of the Breath of Life Healing Circle, where we're not only going to be doing breath work, which is going to be probably new for you. If you're hearing this, if you've made it this far in the message, this is for you, I guarantee it. If you've been listening and you can handle almost 25 minutes of me talking, this type of content from the heart, from flow, right? Very challenging, but very real and authentic, then this group is for you. It was made for you. It was given to me as a gift from, right, source, and yet downloaded and saying, okay, cool. I can now put together 3 of the most powerful practices that I have in my daily life, which is journaling, reflecting. We're going to do some reflecting, life review. We're going to do visualization, because without a vision, you're directionless. You're chasing your tail. Have you ever seen the dog just chasing the tail? That's when you don't have a vision. When you have no vision for your life that it inspires you to be more, do more, try more things, you're just chasing your tail. That's destruction. There's no such thing as, well, I'm just kind of kicking back. It's like, no, you're either going up or you're going down. You're either building or you're destroying. Breath of Life Healing Circle. If you join now, you'll be a part of the founders group. I'm going to send you this heart shot. It's actually a total chakra, right? It's the gauntlet, the Results Kill Excuses gauntlet, positive energy bracelet. It will literally help you to clear your chakras, your energies from your root chakra up to your crown. It's all natural, hematite, tourmaline, and every color of cat's eye. And so I'll be sending that to you as a gift, as a part of being a part of the founders group. And I hope to breathe with you soon. I hope that you'll take action. I hope that you make the decision. I don't even like to have to try, and I don't want to convince you to do this. But I do know that if I offer these things continuously, right, then I'm not doing my part, which is to say, hey, I've developed these have come to me. I believe that they are from spirit, they are from source, right? It's not just for bullshit. These are actual real things that if I was 15 years ago wanting to help myself, guess what? These are the things I would have used. This is what I would have gone to 100%. And it would have made my journey much smoother and much more expedited. There's no magic tricks. We do put in the work around here. But I'm telling you, give yourself permission. Just give yourself permission. You've been thinking about it. You've been pondering it. You've been hearing this message. Again, we're not just here to listen. We're here to work. And I believe my soul and your soul have made an agreement to work together. I'm doing my work. Are you ready to start doing yours? I invite you to do the work. Join me on this journey of healing, of raising the vibration of this planet, of making a difference in this world. And it starts by you. You take care of your shit and everything will start to fall into place. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it won't be worth it. Greg's out.